everyone. We're gonna make some meat stock today. I have a friend who is not doing too well. And they're in the hospital, so I think the best thing to do in that kind of situation is to make some nice broth and bring it over. And we're just gonna show you how easy that is. And whip that up. It's Friday afternoon. Just finished a long week of work, but once we get this on the stove top, it's pretty much set it and forget it. So let's check it out. Just gonna put in some chunks of celery. Some coarsely chopped onion. Doesn't want to peel very good there. I should have had this peeled already for you. There we go. Put in some coarsely chopped carrots. Look how pretty these carrots are. No need to peel the skin off or anything. We'll just leave it just like that. And I want to put some ginger in here. The person I'm making this broth for is going to benefit from having a bit of ginger in there. Oh, that's not very good. Just throw it in like that. And some dried sage. I think I have some basil down at the bottom there. Throw that in there. Peppercorns is also an option. I just don't have any right now. Some salt. Big pinches of salt. Throw that in there. And also I have some dandelion greens, which I just got in from this amazing farmer's market online order. So, yeah, I think this person will benefit from some of these dandelion greens in there. It's very cleansing and supportive of the blood and just detoxing, getting toxins out, which is what we need right now. And then the chicken. And I ordered this chicken carcasses, which is way better, because you're not left with a whole bunch of meat. I just really want the stock right now. So this is perfect. And then water. That's it. So that's it. Now we just fill it up with a bit of water and put it on the stove. One thing I forgot is garlic cloves. If I had some garlic cloves, I would probably put some of those in, but I think I used them all. I'm just gonna boil it, get it nice and boiling, and then if any scum comes to the top, just skim that off. And then we'll just leave that simmering for around 3 hours probably. You don't want to do too much because we're not making bone broth, we're just making meat stock. So we just want to do a nice gentle simmer. While we wait for the broth, we're going to make just just a quick chicken liver dish. We'll see how Jonah likes it. Just gonna cut up some parsley.
Hey, stop moving. Yeah. Nice and tight, eh? You like when she's tight, huh? Whoa, number two's probably. We just do a number two on you. Yeah, just number two should be great.
When your nutritionist or naturopath says add lots of fat, eat more fat, that's what we mean. Like a quarter cup of butter I just put in the cauliflower rice, so it's gonna be good. So while we're waiting for the broth and the cauliflower rice to finish up, I'm just going to show you how easy it is to make kefir. I have already a batch that I started, and it's been about 2 days now, and it's time to switch it over. So let me show you this. So we have my current batch, which has the kefir grains in there, and you can see the lid is definitely starting to push up, so you can tell it's starting to build up that pressure in there and doing its job in fermenting. As per Chef Monica, the GAPS chef, she says to leave it fermenting at least 36 hours. That ensures that all the milk sugars have been eaten up by all the good bacteria, and you'll have a very low sugar kefir. So when it's ready, I just give it a little shake, and then you're supposed to use not metal to strain the kefir is what I read. So I found this handy little strainer that my son had actually for one of his smoothie jars. So I've been using this and it works pretty well. So you can see those big kefir grains in there. Just looks like cottage cheese kind of. So I'm just going to strain those out and then put them in my clean jar that I'm going to use to start another batch. Take them all out, and they grow pretty fast. You'll find your kefir grain colonies kind of getting bigger and bigger, so you might have to start sharing them with friends pretty quickly. So we've got that done there, and then I just pour the strained kefir back into my original jar. I'll store it in the fridge like that. And I'm only doing little quantities because this is about how much we're drinking, like every couple days or so. So I don't want to do this massive amount and then have all this kefir sitting around. So now we just have the grains. You want to get the best quality milk that you can. I'm sure I can probably find raw milk around here somewhere, but in Canada it is very tricky. So for me, the easiest thing to do is I just use this milk. Whole, non-homogenized, organic. You'll notice when you buy this kind of milk, non-homogenized just means that the fat has not been forced through this microfilter. So you can see in the bag there's kind of globs of milk fat in there, and that's perfectly normal and what milk looks like before you filter it. So I just take the bag and I shake it up a little bit. If you were to drink the milk straight out of this bag, you might notice kind of lumps of fat in there, but it's good for you, so just drink it back. So the cool thing about kefir is you don't have to heat it, especially if you have a nice strong strain of kefir grains. So I just been doing about half a jar. I'll just fill that up about halfway. And I use these handy reusable lids as well. They seem to work good. And I just give it a little swirl. And I'm gonna just set it right on the shelf just like that. And she's just gonna sit there and wait for at least 36 hours. And we'll do that all over again. It's been turning out really well. Nice and tangy, and what I do is I ferment it first, and then for my son, I will blend it with a little bit of frozen strawberries, make him some strawberry ice cream, which he really liked the other day, or blueberries, touch of raw honey, depending on what they're having. And then I also have been doing the Gaps milkshakes for him, and juicing. We juiced a little bit of ginger, celery, and a pineapple. And then I stored that in the fridge for a couple days just so I didn't have to juice every single day, which I know is not ideal, but kind of got to do the best that you can do with the time that you have. Then I just mixed in the morning a little, probably less than a cup of the juice, a couple tablespoons of the kefir, a raw egg yolk, blended that up, and it just, I don't tell them the egg yolk is in there. Just blend it up. and he drinks it back. He's been drinking it back, and it's been really helpful because he hasn't been that hungry in the morning for some reason. Jonah, he's 7 years old, and I really want him to have something in his stomach before he goes off to school. He's got to catch the bus so early. I think he's just, by the time he gets up and we get dressed and get ready to go, he's just says he's not hungry. So this smoothie has been really great, super fast, has some protein in it, has some fats, has the kefir, and it has that nice touch of sweetness because carrot juice is really naturally sweet. So he's been really liking that. So maybe give that a try. Your little one's just telling you they're not hungry in the morning, try that, even with a touch of raw honey. And I guarantee you they will probably, once they take that first sip, they usually, ooh, this is really good, and then their appetite kind of kicks in and they drink the rest really fast. So that's kefir. So our liver is finally done. We've got chicken liver and cauliflower rice. Jonah's gonna have a little bit of leftover organic aboro rice, I think it's called. Really yummy. And some broccoli. And some of this. This is like gonna give him a nice boost of energy. And I'm just gonna have this cauliflower rice, some broccoli, and a little bit of this. And we just got some delicious bell peppers in that order. Organic bell peppers. These are going to be so good. Nice and tasty. And that's it. We've got low carb, keto-ish. And then we've got Jonah's with a little bit of rice there. The last thing we're missing is to make this gaps, we will add some creme fraiche. This goes good with everything. Made the same way as the regular kefir, except with full fat whipping cream. Delicious. Time to eat. Can't wait, I'm starving.